What is up, people? Logan here with Presently Impermanent, and the title of this video is going to be You Deserve to Be Successful. What's really funny about this video is I've just shot about 7 videos today, all just from zero resistance whatsoever. I'm sure you guys can relate to wanting to do something, but it just doesn't get done, and then you start beating yourself up about how it's not getting done, and then it becomes another thing that gets added to the list of things that you haven't done, and then you feel more bad about yourself, and then you can't trust yourself because you never get stuff done, right? Well, I've experienced that many times, so much so that I can go off on a tangent about it, just like I did. And the really crazy thing about, I think, becoming a successful person, whatever that means to you, is the realization that all of the success that you want is actually going to come from one realization, and that's that you deserve it, that you deserve to be successful. I think inherently all of the people out there in the world today who are successful, you can say whatever you want about them and their ethics and how bad they are and stuff like that, but there is a certain frequency and energy towards success and becoming successful. And a lot of people, if you look at the patterns and the behaviors that they exhibit, they all have one thing in common. They believed that they were worthy of that success. That's it. And it's not that they always were, because if they always did believe that, they would have had it earlier, right? But it's the persistence of sitting through that belief long enough until it becomes reality. That's really what it is. A lot of us, doesn't matter your background or whatever happens, we create the reality that we're sitting in right now. I'm only sitting in this room because of the past behaviors, thoughts, and things that I did to get into this room today. And a lot of me sitting in this room today and being able to shoot a video and persevere through all of the setbacks I've had actually came from me sitting through the tension of not getting things and facing the harsh reality that I didn't actually deserve them at that time because I didn't fully believe in myself. If I fully believed in myself, anytime there was a setback, it would just be like, oh yeah, it's fine. I deserve this, it's gonna happen. It's just pure conviction that what you want will become a reality. It's conviction with a mix of patience, a big mix of patience. Because essentially what God and the universe are doing for you is they are teaching you how to continue to have that vision and obsess over it. Not obsess from a point where you feel bad because you don't have it. You obsess over it in the essence that it is your highest self. And you obsess over it in everything that you do. You get to become that thing. So it's not, oh, I want to be bigger. I want to be 180, 200 pounds. All I'm going to do every day is think about me being 200 pounds. And until I get there, I'm not going to be happy. It is so amazing that I get to be on this journey of waking up early, being consistent, and going to the gym, being able to feel what it's like to get a workout done and check another box. That brings me that much closer to my goal. Feels amazing to take care of my body. It's that vibe, not the vibe of when I get to be 200 pounds, then I can finally be happy. You're gonna get to 200 pounds and then you're gonna see someone else at the beach. It's 195 pounds. He can talk to girls better than you. Now you wanna be 195 pounds. You're not gonna be happy. It is understanding that you deserve to be your best self. And that no matter what happens, no matter what is thrown at you, you are going to persist with joy to get there. A lot of people I talk to, they don't have clarity on their vision. So that's stepping stone number 1. It's like, you're working a 9-to-5 job. You hate your boss. You have $1,000 in your bank account. You have a girlfriend you don't like. You have a dog you don't like. You have an aunt you don't like. It's just like all these things, right? Well, let's start focusing on what we do like about our life. Oh, there's nothing there. Great. We're getting somewhere. You don't like anything about your life. This is actually the best thing ever because that means you're at rock bottom. And if you're at rock bottom, there's only one way up, baby. The only way is up. So I think really the theme and the essence of this video and what I'm going to be doing in the future with my life and in this channel is really just allowing people to step into realizing that as long as they believe, they don't even have to believe now that they deserve it, but as long as they believe they're worth it at some point, if you believe that enough and you keep showing up for yourself, your life is going to become something that you could have never even fathomed. You can go make vision boards and you can go do all the things and you can take manifestation courses. I've done all that stuff. It's great. But none of that shit will ever get you anywhere until you actually believe you deserve what's on that vision board. Oh yeah, I want to have a mansion. $15 million mansion with 25 cars in it and a bunch of pit bulls. This is not my vision. I'm just making this up. Cool, that's on the vision board, right? Great. I'm gonna just meditate about it every day. It's still not here. I've been meditating on it for 15 years. It's still not here. Where are my pit bulls? I'm pissed off. I watched a bunch of trainings on this. I bought $5,000 courses on manifestation. I read books. Why do I not have it? It's because you're not matching the frequency, baby. You are not matching the frequency of actually deserving it. And in order to actually deserve it, you have to be in the same frequency. It's like attract likes. Like attracts like. It is a universal principle. It's in Hermetic Laws, if you check out that book. You need to be in the same frequency of the thing that you want to bring into your life. So if the negative feedback loop is always having doubts about yourself, not believing that you're worth it, not believing that you're capable of something bigger, not believing you can hold space, not believing that you're big enough, not believing that you're good enough, believing that the things that happened in your past are holding you back, staying so attached to your old identity, all of these things will just limit you from actually being able to believe you deserve that thing that you want. And at the end of the day, it's not the thing you want, it's the feeling associated with the thing. So, if you want a big house, nobody wants a big house. Why do you want a big house? So you can have more rooms to clean? No, it's not that. It's when you look at the house, or you step into the house, and you feel the energy that went into the house, all of the amazing furniture, all of the stuff that the painters and the architects and whoever put energy into that house did, you're looking at a piece of art, essentially. And that art gives you a feeling that makes you feel better, right? And it's the attachment to that feeling that is actually causing pain and misery. Because you get the house, you sit in it for a week, you sit in it for a year, you have all these parties, all these people continue to tell you how amazing the house is. And each month goes by, another friend, another friend, another friend. Your house. Oh my God, it's so amazing. It's marvelous. If only I had this house. You've heard it time and time again. Everyone loves your house. They love it as much as when you first bought it. And they love it as much as when you didn't have it before, but you wanted it. And now that you've had it for a year, God, if only I had another bedroom. If only I had an underground access point to the ocean for a submarine so that I can make my neighbor feel like shit because he doesn't have one. It's that energy. It's like so funny when we're on the journey of life and we're getting new things, being in new environments. This apartment that I'm in right now, it's nicer than anything I've ever lived in before, and it's more expensive than anything I've ever lived in before. And after a month or so, just becomes reality, and then we take it for granted. When I was in Colombia once, there was this farmer that he essentially lived on the property. The friends that I was staying with, it was their family's property, and one of the guys, it was his uncle. And so I called him Uncle Tio. Uncle in English, and Tio is uncle in Spanish. So I called him Uncle Tio, Tio. And it was pretty funny because I was standing out in the backyard looking at this insane view of these mountains. And it almost brought a tear to my eye. I was just like, this is so beautiful. And I was speaking to him at the time in relatively broken, but enough to understand Spanish. And he looks at me and he just tells me in Spanish, like, I wish I could still look at it the way you look at it when you first saw it. Because there was a point when he went on that property for the first time and he felt the gratitude and joy for that thing. And because he sees it every day, he no longer feels it. This is the human condition. This is the human experience. It's the same thing for rich people as it is for poor people. That place that we stayed at, that guy was very, very simple man, didn't need much, had very big hands because he was a farmer. Every day he'd get his cup of coffee, work on the farm, cut up some yuca, boil that, eat some meat, and same thing every day. Super amazing life for him. And so much joy. But he still, even being in joy, still took for granted the same thing that when I saw it, I had just so much fullness from that experience. And he had the same thing, but because he experienced it so many times, he took it for granted. So, slight tangent there, but the premise of this whole entire video is really when you're on the path to creating the desired future that you want, it's just not forgetting, one, if it's not coming, it's because there's a deeper feeling that you probably don't deserve it. If you start to work through those feelings enough over time and you persevere through them with joy, the feelings will start to dissipate. But it's how many times are you going to have that negative feeling? This is where our reality gets created. If you have the negative feeling 100 times, you have to remove those 100 negative feelings per day to create a clean slate. And then from there, you have to reprogram those negative feelings with your vision. You have to believe in it. You believe in that enough and you remove the negative feelings enough, it becomes a reality. So all of it is identity. I'll make a video tomorrow on identity. It's one of the biggest things that has allowed me to transcend all of the negative experiences I've had in my life, is just not being attached to identity. So we'll dive into that tomorrow. If you're looking for insight into your personal situation, I will post some links below for how you can work with me and how I might be able to help you. And we can go from there. I will see you tomorrow. Late.